I'm 48 and I choose to be alone. You know, the more and more I live in this world, the more I realize that having a lot of friends and people around you is problematic. When you reach my age, certain things just don't concern you anymore. Fast cars, going to the latest clubs, parties, running around in the streets, it's a waste of time. At 48, I'm more concerned about my peace. I'm more concerned about my well-being. And I find that people have been the main issue. Having the wrong people in your life will either make you or break you. People bring drama. People bring anxiety, trauma. It's just a problem. And it's something that we have to understand in society. At 48, I choose to literally just avoid interacting with people as much as I can, because it seems like when you try to start new relationships and new friendships, and it never really goes anywhere. And who got that kind of time? I'm 48. Why would I be trying to create new friends? For what? Doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's something you need to create. I think that when it comes to people being friends, I think it's a willingness from both parties to actually grow together and build together and have a sense of unity, if that makes sense. It's sort of like a dating relationship between a man and a woman. If a man is pursuing a woman by himself and the woman doesn't really have any interest in him, he's wasting his time. And I believe that a lot of us are actually wasting our time when it comes to the relationships that we have. We put our energy in, we put our time in, we invest in people that don't even like us. And we end up disappointing ourselves because we put this energy in. We thought this person was cool. We thought they had our best interests at heart, but they never really wanted to be your friend. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make in society. And I choose not to participate in that rat race. I choose not to indulge in it any longer. And I find that I have way more peace being alone. A lot of times people think that when you are a person who try your best to avoid people, that you're just antisocial, or you're a loner, or you're weird, or you're just a horrible person nobody want to be around. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with protecting your energy. It has to do with understanding who you are. I find that when I'm alone, I'm able to think clear. I'm able to understand what my purpose is. And the more you get used to being alone, the more you don't want to be around nobody. It's kind of weird, because you would think that the average person wants to be around everybody, but that's not the case. Once you embrace being alone, you find a level of peace that you didn't know exist. And it's like, wow, I should have did this years ago. I should have been like this years ago. I would avoid a lot of drama, a lot of issues, because normally the more people you have in your life, the more drama, the more issues, gossip. Y'all all deal with this type of stuff. People talking about you in the workplace, they talk about you on the job, and it seems like it's out of your control. You try to be the best of the best you can, and no matter what you do, people still lying on you, manipulating, gaslighting, spreading rumors, and it just becomes a toxic situation. Who has that kind of time? I'm 48. I don't need that. I don't need that kind of energy around me. A lot of times having too many people around you, it drains you. It's very draining. It's very draining as a man or a woman to be attached to so many negative people and you don't even know them. These are the type of things that I believe a lot of us can learn from, because For the most part, we have people in our lives that we think have our best interests at heart, but they don't. They're just taking up space. A lot of you have people in your phone contacts that you don't even contact. They never contact you, and you have them there. You got to get rid of that. It don't make no sense to keep them there. It's just baggage. So I choose to avoid people, not because I'm a loner, not because I'm weird. It has nothing to do with it. It's about peace. And a lot of times people that take this walk, they're often misunderstood. They're often judged in a negative way. And people think they have a problem with society. And it's not a problem with society, even though society is kind of rough and very, very wicked. At the same time, it's all about your energy being wasted. You know what I mean. Wasting energy on people that don't serve anything in your life. What's the point? I'm 48 and I choose to just avoid people. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't mean that I'm mean-spirited. It just means that I just rather be alone. I just rather not deal with these issues. And there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you can have neighbors and they think you're weird. Something's wrong with you because you don't talk to nobody. It's not that. I just don't want to be bothered. Why? Because I'm protecting my peace. A lot of times you have neighbors that they judge you because you're quiet, you stay to yourself, you mind your business, and they treat you as if though you're a criminal. They want to know all your business. I'm the type of person that I like my privacy. I like being private. I don't like everybody in my business. I'm not the talkative person around other people sharing all details about my life, because that's a mistake that a lot of people do. They tend to get around new people, right? And they begin to share all these details about their life. And the person you're talking to, they're not even sharing nothing about their life. So it becomes problematic. Why? You're giving these people access into the holies of your life, but they're not reciprocating the same energy back to you. So now what happens? These people have secrets on you. These people have personal information on you. And if they're not really cool with you like that, they can use that to sabotage your life. And that's something I avoid. So at 48, I choose to avoid people. I choose to live a life that is completely set apart, truly set apart in the sense of the word, set apart. And the only time I interact with people is when it's needed. The only time I interact with people is when I have to. You know, you got to go down to the DMV, you got to do this, you got to go to the supermarket, you got to be around. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. We're not talking about being weird. We're not talking about just hiding from the world. We're talking about limiting your interactions with people to protect your peace so that you don't have to deal with the drama. You all know what I'm talking about. Having too many friends can be toxic, can be taxing on your energy, because a lot of times people, they bring with them a lot of negative energy, baggage, hurt, pain. And if they come around you, they end up dumping these demons onto you. You're wondering why your life is chaotic now. Well, it's because of the company you keep around you. At 48, I choose not to deal with that. At 48, I realize that at my age, my peace is the most important thing to me. My peace is more important than money. My peace is more important than friendships. My peace is more important than family. My peace is everything, because without it, I won't have any peace. Without peace, I will not be happy. Without peace, I cannot focus on my life. And a lot of times what people want to do is they want to infiltrate your world, right? Harvest your energy. And before you know it, you lose sight of what you're supposed to be doing with your life. And this can be problematic. Why? Because it's taking you from the course in which God had for you. You could have been a person who wanted to start a business or wanted to go back to school, and you get around people that talk you out of your life call. And now you're discouraged because you're around a lot of negative energy. Whereas if you had positive people around you, they would have been pushing you towards your goals. If you really think about this, how many of your friends are really supportive of you? How many of your friends really embrace you? How many of your friends really believe in what you do and want to see you successful? Most of us can't even say yes, because We don't have friends like that. We have people that we hang around with, we laugh, we joke, but at the end of the day, that's as far as it goes. We don't really know these individuals. And I think that's a problem, to be around a lot of different people and you don't really know these people. You don't know what they're really thinking about you. What are the people thinking that are around you? Because most people, they like to gossip. They like to talk about people. They like to spread rumors. Everybody loves the latest drama. And most people, they just want to know your personal business so they could go out there and talk about you. And let's not even talk about family, because I try my best to literally avoid anything that has to do with family. And here's my reason why. A lot of family members, right? They really, if you really be honest, they don't like you. I don't know why this is, but most family members are not really family. They're just individuals who are in your family tree. And to be honest, most of us don't even know our family. We know their names, we know who the cousins are, we know who aunties so-and-so. But if you really think about it, how long have you actually sat down with these relatives and got to really know them? You don't. The only time you see them is when there's a family gathering or if you've been invited. And most of this happened when we were children. So as we get older, we grow apart. Most of you don't talk with your family. Most of you don't talk with your cousins the way you were when you was a child. And this, again, creates a separation, the distance of these unions. It causes more separation. And now you don't even see them as family anymore because we don't interact. Some of you just don't even know your relatives anymore. And it's okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just a way of life. Family is not going to get along. And for most of you, maybe you need to avoid your family too, because they could be the worst. They will betray you first. They will be the first to talk about you in a negative way. And they feel entitled to do that because they figure, well, I'm blood. So, hey, it's better me than they, right? So at 48, guys, I realized that what's important to me is my peace and understanding that my legacy have to be cultivated so that I'm remembered for the things that I've done in this world. It's not about how much you gained out of life. It's what you really leave behind. To me, that is what's really more important. And at 48, you begin to realize what's important, whether it's raising your children, taking care of your family and putting them in a better financial situation. These are the type of things that as a man or woman, it's supposed to be on your mind more, not wasting energy with endless relationships and friends that are not really going nowhere and coworkers that don't even like you and arguing with people that hate you. It doesn't make sense. If their life is not serving your purpose, if their life and energy is not something you can use in a positive way, and likewise yours towards them, then these relationships shouldn't even exist. If you're a woman and you're with a man and that man don't work, he don't want to contribute to anything, he don't want to get involved and you're doing everything by yourself, that's a bad relationship. It's not going nowhere because you're doing all the work. If you are a man and you're with a woman and she just want to be lazy and sit down and you got to pay all the bills and take care of everything and she don't want to cook, clean, she don't want to do anything but look cute and pretty, that's a bad relationship. And it's something that you should avoid because it's going to cause you nothing but drama in the future. And see, at 48, I realized that when it comes to relationships, you have to be careful with that. If you're involved with somebody that's not really seeing you the way you see them, that's wasted energy. If you find yourself texting a young lady and you're showing all of this interest in her and she's not reciprocating that energy back, you're in the wrong relationship. It's not something you're supposed to be like, well, they should be doing this and because they see me doing that, so how come they're not doing this for me? They don't like you. That's the whole point. You have to recognize it and then sever those relationships. And you can't feel bad about it. When you sever relationships, guys, it's a choice for your peace. It's like a business move. When businesses cut back on employees, they're not doing it because they're cruel. They're not doing it because they want to see families suffer. They have to do it. Because why? If they don't, it's going to cause the whole business to crumble. It's an executive decision. And yes, there are sacrifices that got to be made. But at the end of the day, it's for the betterment of the company. So your company have to be put in a category in the same magnitude as a business. In order for you to protect your company, you gotta basically analyze the company that you keep around you. That company can be negative. That company can be filled with drama. It can be chaotic. Just like in the workplace, you have hostile working environment situations, sexual harassment. All of these different things can be an issue in the workplace. And there are systems in place to counteract those type of issues. So at 48, I've learned over the years that my peace is all that I need. I don't need to be at the happy hour club with everybody to fit in. I don't need to chase the American dream to feel like I'm more American. I don't need to try to keep up with the Joneses because they bought a new car. I don't need to do none of these things. I'm happy with who I am and what I'm able to do with my life. Because at 48, you begin to realize how short life is. I'm 48 now. There's a lot of people that are 68, 58, and they're living a whole different type of life. I don't know what it's like to be 58 or 68, but I want to know that when I'm there, I'm at peace. There are people that are 78 and they're still alive. Life is short, guys, and we don't have time for drama. Too many people like drama. And this is why having less people in your circle will make life even better. Less people or no people. The choice is yours. You have to really consider this, guys. So I want you all to think about what we're saying here. Life is something that you have to take serious. At 48, I choose to be alone. I choose to walk alone, not because I'm a loner, not because I just can't occupy or keep relationships as some people would assume. That's not the case. I'm a very cool guy. I'm the type of guy that if you were to meet me, you would want to be my best friend. The thing is, at 48, I've seen so much, been through so much. And when you've been through all of these different things, you just don't care anymore. And it's not a sense of being bitter. That's not it. You just don't have time, guys. Time dealing with the drama and the headaches. People have to know what they want. People have to know. It's just like with a relationship. As a woman, when you get with a man, you have to know that you want to be with this man. As a man, you have to know you want to be with this woman. You have to know that, and then you both come together and you just do what you need to do. There's no need to play these games. There's no need to play the who loved the most and who did the most and who bought the flowers. None of these things are important. What's important is that we have two adults that understand purpose and they just come together and do what they got to do. Same thing with friendships. Same things with relationships. If people don't understand how to be an adult, it makes no sense you be around them because they carry negative energy. Too many people carry negative energy, and this is why at 48, I choose to be alone. I choose to walk alone. I choose not to have no friends and interact less with people. Yes, in the world, we have to interact. Like I said earlier, we have to do things with people. We have to go to the banks. We have to talk to the tellers. We have to order food and go to the checkout line. All of that stuff, it is what it is. At the same time, that doesn't mean I have to have everybody in my life or inviting people in my home. So I choose to walk solo. I choose to be alone. Rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, consider hyping the video. It's a new feature that YouTube have. We really appreciate if you hit that hype button. That'll help the video tremendously. So you guys have a blessed day. Thanks for viewing and choosing Ringo TV Reactions. If you need any advice or topics that you would like me to cover that you feel I may have the expertise to talk about because you like my videos and commentary, leave it in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. I'm out.